We're learning her image by knowing his heart, made in his likeness. That's what
Well, hello, ladies. I just wanted to come on here and check in with you. I know that we're going to meet later tonight. Well, those of you who can attend, but we have officially made it through the first week together. And before we do get onto the meeting today, I just wanted to pause and acknowledge how much we have already gone through. Depending on where you are in your life, how much about the scriptures or these topics that you are aware of or have meditated on, some of this may leave you a little bit unsettled, unsure, questioning some things. I just want to let you know that it's okay. Like, we're all in different parts of our journey. This is something I've been exploring for at least 5 years. So I know exactly what you're feeling. And I hope that you have taken this time to slow down, to be intentional, and to really think through and meditate on some of these topics. We began on day one talking about wise counsel. And also in the last video we did, I did talk about how important who we are is and how it matters more than what we do, because what we do just flows from who we are. We talked about wise counsel and how our voices matter. We talked about focus and how important it is to stay focused and how we need to prioritize where we're putting our energy and all the things that we're doing. We then talked about advocacy and how your voice matters again, and not only for advocating for others, but also for yourself at times. We talked about being just and justice and how it's not just about punishing wrongdoing, but about restoring wholeness. And that's a much more bigger and important part of our lives. We are called to usher in shalom into the world just as Jesus did. And then we talked about nobility and how our worth comes from who we already are and who God made us, not from the things that we do. And yesterday we talked about being trustworthy and how that's not from being perfect, but it's about consistency through our character. So as you can see, just this first week, we have gone through a lot, and a lot of it's really deep, right? Gets those wheels going, gets you thinking, and maybe you're like me where you're like, I have to work on all these things, and it can feel a little overwhelming and unsettling, but it doesn't need to be. So just take all that pressure off. It's not about pressure or pointing out the areas that you lack in. This is about realizing that all of those things are already in you, and it's about bringing them to the surface, bringing them out, being aware. So if you have felt stirred or reflective, maybe a little emotional, a little quiet, in this meditative state, it's completely okay. That's what we wanted. We wanted to slow down, right? Focus on who we are. And with that, there is something that on the Zoom call today that I will discuss. So the Zoom call, we're not really going to be teaching. I'm not going to be sharing a lot. This really is a place for us to gather and get to know each other. So with that being said, with all of the things that we've already discussed over the week, I want you to come prepared with what has been the most impactful to you. Pick one or two things. If you've gone through the reading plan and there's something that you know is coming up in the future, a topic that really has stood out to you and changed things, you are welcome to share that as well. But if you're not feeling comfortable about public speaking or speaking on Zoom, it's okay. I don't want you to not come because you're worried that you're going to have to say something. You're not going to have to say something. I would hope that you would come and introduce yourself, because I'd love to meet you, and I know all the ladies would love to meet you. But if that's just something you don't feel comfortable with, don't stress about it. It's going to be okay. But come prepared. You can also share in the chat. So on Zoom, there's a chat feature, so you don't have to talk. You can just put it in the chat. And with that being said, again, there's a lot of areas within the Proverbs 31 woman that I know I can be much better at. I know that I can do a better job at reflecting God in every single one of these areas. But by the end of the month, what I would like is for each of us to pinpoint just 1 or 2 character traits that we need to work on. I'm one of those people who believes that it's better for us to focus on 1 or 2 things. It's better for us to read, let's say, the Sermon on the Mount the entire year than to read the whole Bible in the entire year. If reading it is really going to transform your life and you're going to be a walking, breathing epistle of Jesus Christ. It's better than just reading out of obligation and then in the end getting nothing out of it. I am a firm believer in that. So instead of trying to become all the things, we are going to pick 1 or 2 things. That has been something I have done for the last 5 years and have been successful. And the 1 year I was not successful, I will share with you tonight and tell you about that, which is why it makes me even more confident that the best thing we can do is pick 1 or 2. So obviously we've only gone through a week. Maybe you've already found one that you absolutely need help with. I know this past year was excellent, as I mentioned in the last video. But that's the plan, and we'll talk a little bit about that and what to expect. Again, in the Zoom call, you're not expected to speak. I'm not going to point you out. Like, this is going to be absolutely voluntary. You don't have to have all the right words. You don't have to be eloquent. That's not what this is about. This is about us showing up as who we are, fully confident and secure in the person that God has created us to be. And you are welcomed and encouraged to participate as much or as little as you want. Being present on the call is absolutely more than enough. If you don't feel like sharing, then that's okay. Although I do hope you at least introduce yourself. My heart for tonight is simply connection. I want to get to know you. I want you guys to get to know each other. I want us to build connections and to remind us that we are not alone. We are doing this together, and to honor the work that God is already doing beneath the surface. So sometimes it's nice to hear from other people and realize, me too, because you feel like you're not just so crazy, at least for me. So if you can't make it live, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I will send the replay so that you can watch. And as I mentioned, we will try to find a weekend that we can do it so that we can do it earlier in the day where we can try and get more people in different time zones to attend. I am so grateful you're here. We have made it through a week, and I am so looking forward to tonight where I get to see you guys. Remember to just take it easy. If it feels like a lot of pressure, like you have to do a lot of things, that's not the intention. So just shrug it off. Don't let that pressure weigh you down. This is light, easy, breezy. We are just stepping in slowly. No need to dive into cold water. We are going to just slowly ease our way in. So ladies, it is Wednesday. That means I get to see you tonight, which I am so excited. So don't forget to go to the email that you got today where you can access the link, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to either send me a message on Facebook or send me an email, hello@andreajohn.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. I will see you tonight. Bye.
By knowing his heart, made in his likeness, that's where we start. Who we are matters more than what we do. Becoming his image is shaping what's true. I'm made in his image. I'm made in his image. I'm made in his